My brother got attacked by a shark while spearfishing in the Bahamas, and this is the story.
This is a hogfish, exactly what I was looking for. And unfortunately, all that commotion he just made is like a dinner bell for sharks.
Sharks!
Yeah, we're spearing in the Bahamas, mostly looking across the reefs for hogfish and groupers. The sharks there are pretty fired up. Basically, we had shot a bunch of hogfish off this spot. I had already got 3 or 4 just myself.
I don't know, sharks. That's what I saw. Boat! It's going over. Quick! Watch out, sharks.
So we moved to a different area, different part of the reef. We get in there, start swimming the reef. I'm with myself and 2 dive buddies, and we're all swimming in one direction like this. And as we're going, like I'm on the left side of the group, I see a hogfish over to the left, so I make a noise to the dive buddies. I'm like, they didn't really notice, but I was like, oh, okay, it's just a hogfish. I'll just go shoot it and then get back to the group. So I just break off and they continue this way, which was a big mistake. You never want to split off from the group, especially Bahamas. But we hadn't seen any since moving to this new zone, so I thought it should be chill. Hogfish is swimming over the sand. I hit him a bit low, so it was a gut shot, and he made a bunch of movement and commotion in the water. As I pull up the fish, there's no shark that like comes in hot on the fish like you might see sometimes. So I think, okay, like we should be fine. I pull it to my hands. Another big no-no in the Bahamas, usually people just swim the fish to the boat, like completely out of the water. Where I'm usually spearfishing, it's not an issue, so I'm not used to it. So I just pulled the fish to my hands and I brained it. I was gonna swim it back to the boat. I did see a shark swim by. It was very far away, very docile looking, like swimming close to bottom. Not in like that feeding mode like we saw earlier. So I thought I should be good to go. Call for the boat, hey, let them know I have a fish. And then I'm just swimming it over. I'm looking down, like with the fish in my hands, I just feel a big slam coming from my backside. I'm all alone in the middle of the ocean, essentially on a reef. I know that can only be one thing. Immediately whip my body around 180, and this shark's just all over me, like searching for my fish, but he's touching me with his head. Its head was about this big, so the shark was about the same size and length as me. So much splashing at the surface, I just couldn't really tell what was going on, but I felt this thing hit me like a linebacker. Turn around, and I'm doing anything I can just to push it away from me, using my hands, like trying to hit it with the spear, but it was so close that I couldn't actually poke it with the spear. Scream for the boat, I'm like, help! So they obviously turn the boat on, whip around, start getting to me as soon as possible, and everyone's watching from the boat, just seeing all the splashing at the surface. Trying to get this thing off me, but it's like a couple seconds go by, and he's just like, at this point I'm expecting to get bit at any second. The shark hit me first, so I'm like, okay, any second now I'm gonna get bit, I'm gonna get bit. Once I got my hands free, I threw the fish away from me, and for a few more seconds the shark was still just investigating my body, like just like attacking but not biting. He finally got off me. I just swim to the boat as fast as I can, not looking back, throw myself up and in, and then because I had so much adrenaline, couldn't feel anything, and I just start like looking at my body because I'm like, I have to have got bit. I guess I could feel a little stinging on my arm, so like when I checked like this, and then I saw like a big open wound right here, just all white, and I was like, okay, that's where he got me, because he didn't bite down at all. This was just like a grazing when he was going for the fish. So got very lucky. Definitely will be more careful spearing in the Bahamas going forward.
And this is me 2 weeks later, face to face with an Ono. It was my first drop of the day, and he was pretty far, but he was curious, so I let the CD work its magic. After 2 weeks of no spearfishing, seeing that Wahoo take off was the best feeling in the world.
I'm on!
Always gets a little crazy once you shoot an Ono, but I wanted to make sure that I got him up quickly before the sharks, but also didn't want to rip it too hard and risk pulling it out.
Pull it slowly. Huh? Pull it slowly and you can turn one down, okay? Okay.
Ale saw that it was a low shot, so he made sure to do a deep dive for the second shot. Once the second shot is secured, you pretty much know you have them.
We got him. Yes, sir. We're on the board. You.
I was super relieved to already get an Ono in the boat in one of my first dives back. The drift was super sick at this ledge, taking us from super deep to very shallow. So at the end of the Wahoo drifts, I started seeing some nice snappers at the bottom. So I decided to just go down and see what we see. I threw out a couple grunts and these big dog snappers just couldn't resist. I had my big blue water gun, so I was able to just send a long shot into this guy. Thankfully I cracked the spine, so I just needed to put light pressure on the fish to keep it up off the bottom. This was about a 70-foot dive, but I felt really safe with my dive buddies at the surface. It was a good size hoku. This was my PB dog snapper. Shortly after that, this nice Mahi Mahi came in, fired up off the chum. Emma was super patient here, waited for a good shot, and hit the fish just a little bit high. And these mahis have very soft skin, so they're easy to rip out. Thankfully, I was still loaded with my big ocean ammo, so I was able to get a nice long shot on this mahi.
Woohoo! Daddy, I love you.
Here's Emma's GoPro. Looked like a really good shot. But with all that twisting, even with the slip tip, that mahi ripped right off. So I chase it down, line up, and take a nice shot. Such a beautiful fish. It's always nice to harvest one.
Thank you, bro. Good shit, man. Oh, Mahi!
This is one of those super fun teamwork moments where you needed both guys to land the fish.
Yeah.
In the next drift, Emma hit a crazy shot on this yellowtail snapper.
These big ones are quite difficult to hunt, so hitting that one on the move was super impressive.
Good shot. That's a big.
Tons of rainbow runners out. There's Ale just surrounded by him, and he's about to stone one. I decided to plug a couple of them as well, just to round out the day.
So that was pretty much it for my first trip back after the shark incident, and I had one of my best days of spearing ever.
You. Hoku, peto. Mahi Mahi Mahi.
Shortly after that, my brother came to visit, and we were able to reflect on some of these
It was
trips.
just insane to hear, and I thought that I immediately just needed to fly to the Bahamas. At the time, spearfishing in Indonesia, solo diving, and whenever my brother's diving and I'm not there, it always just feels like, why are we both diving like apart from each other?
Mm-hmm.
You got to have your dive buddies back. You got to have your brothers back. So when I heard that he got bit, like, I just wouldn't have felt like a good big brother to not have been there to be his dive buddy and his older brother watching his back. Like, so it was just a blessing that it was just a grazing, luckily.
Super blessed after that, because the shark at any point could have, you know, one bite down anywhere really would change your life for the worse. You know, it gives you a little bit new appreciation for just being able-bodied and minded, because at any point that can be, you know, taken away from you. Because even the 2 weeks that I was sitting out on the sidelines, like, for this wound to heal, I just was dying to get back in. Because, you know, if you do it safely, like, it's worth every bit of risk for me as a way to, you know, provide for myself and my family. I just love it so much. I knew nothing would keep me out of the water, but I'm glad I was able to have the experience and then share the story with other people to be more safe. I was gonna get back in the water no matter what.
Let's dive!
Let me see that, Danny boy!